Hey guys, it's Zach from Say What Zach here, doing a review for NHL games for Saturday, January 18th. We are back. Yesterday we went to a hockey game, the Red Wings and the Penguins. I'm going to be doing a arena review shortly. I did one, me and Drunk Hockey Mom did one really early on this channel's infant stages. But I think I've got a little bit better one coming up for you guys. So, should have that up and soon. I'm going to be playing around with that tomorrow and Monday, and then get that going. Other news, got a few new jerseys. So we got the Florida Panthers, the Leaping Panther, which is my favorite Panthers jersey. I really like this jersey. It's one of my favorites. And I have another one that I will show off in one of the other videos. Surprise you guys with it later. But anyways, you guys are here to watch the review. So, the review of NHL games for Saturday, January 18th. Right here. Some big games happened, so we're going to go over them right now. First off, you have the Washington Capitals taking on the New York Islanders. Capitals going to win 6-4. The big news in this one. Ovechkin ties Yzerman for 9th all-time in goals with his hat trick. So he gets several, I believe it's back-to-back hat tricks. Ties Yzerman for 9th all-time, getting closer and closer to the Wayne Gretzky record. In my opinion, I think he's going to hit around 6th this year. Probably move up to 6th. He's not too far behind. I believe it was Messier was slightly above him, only about like 20-ish goals approximately, if not less than ahead of him. So I can definitely see him moving up this list a few more times, because obviously if he gets one more, he'll pass Yzerman for 9th, and then from there keep moving up. But that was the big deal here. Now the Capitals come back from I believe it was a 4-0 deficit in the third, I believe it was in the third period. They won it with Ovechkin getting some massive goals too. But yeah, they definitely came back from a 4-0 deficit. Ovechkin gets a hat trick. Big news there. So history made today with Ovi in that game. Next game, we got the Colorado Avalanche and the St. Louis Blues. So the Avalanche go in and beat St. Louis 5-3. Big win for the Avalanche. They leapfrog the Dallas Stars again. I think they're already ahead of them, but now they gained 2 points, so they're fishy ahead of them, not just tied in points. So that was a big win and pull within 8 of St. Louis. And honestly, if you're St. Louis Blues again, you lose one like this. It sucks a little bit to lose against a team in your own division, but you got a decent lead. You're not hurting too bad yet. They are allowing the Capitals to start gaining some speed on them. Yeah, so they do need to pick it up a little bit if they want to win that President's Trophy, which some teams might not want to. Next, the Oilers go in and stomp the Coyotes. So 7-3 is your final for the Edmonton Oilers. Riley Sheahan had 1 goal and 3 assists in this game. If you guys watch my favorite players videos, Riley Sheahan is one of the guys I do like. He's a good grinder, good fourth line player, and he had a big game tonight for the Oilers, who, because of several things that have happened today, mainly Oilers and Vancouver winning, have dropped Arizona down to a last wild card spot in the West. So big movement happened on the board today. So that was a big win for the Edmonton Oilers. Next game, Ottawa goes in and beats the Calgary Flames 5-2. Brady Tkachuk beats Matthew Tkachuk in the brothers' rivalry there. Brady had a goal and an assist, I believe, in that game. Matthew didn't have anything. So, again, big game for Brady Tkachuk over his brother's team, the Calgary Flames. And kind of a big loss for Calgary, because they could have taken first place in this division if they would have won against a team that overall, I guess, people would say you should win. Next, the Montreal Canadiens go in and play the Golden Knights. Montreal gets the big win, needed win, 5-4 in a shootout over the Golden Knights. Kovalchuk has 7 points in 7 games with the Montreal Canadiens. So he gets another goal tonight, and he gets one in the shootout as well. So Kovalchuk is starting to come into his own and starting to become a key piece to this Montreal Canadiens team. It's took him a few games to kind of get this thing going, but they're starting to come around. And Paul Stastny for the Golden Knights he got hit in the face with the puck. He was on the ice bleeding, a couple teeth on the ground. He pulled one out, picked up a few, and as he was skating off, holding his mouth, one of the guys came over and said, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine." He saw him skate off. He knew he was coming back in that game. It's just, again, one of those testaments to how tough and gritty the hockey players are. That's amazing to watch him, again, lose several teeth and brush it out, just pick them up, and yeah, let me go take care of this bleeding real quick. I'll be right back. So that was pretty impressive as well. Next game, the Flyers go to beat LA 4-1. So again, big win for the Flyers. Again, they're trying to stay in that playoff race with a lot of the teams here in the Metro. That Metro and the Central is a little tight. Not as tight as the Pacific, but still tight. The Columbus Blue Jackets go in and beat the New Jersey Devils 5-0. So if you guys are tracking this, because I'm, again, cheering hardcore the Blue Jackets right now. The Blue Jackets 5-0 win is 3 shutouts in the last 4 games for Elvis Merzlikins. So Merzlikins is doing pretty good right now. To the point where I've become a fan. I wouldn't mind getting a t-shirt with his name on it. Don't know if I'll do a jersey yet. Have to do a little bit more than this to get me to get a jersey, but he has given this team a chance to win. This team's rallied, and they are looking like they are going to make a massive push in this playoff race. It's exciting to watch teams like this. It doesn't seem like anybody's stopping them right now. They are beating every team they're coming across. So yeah, watch out for playing Columbus right now. And again, they're missing technically their top goalie and several of the top forwards. So this is very, very impressive, if you ask me, for the Columbus Blue Jackets. More people should be talking about that team right now. Next game, you got the Chicago Blackhawks and the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Blackhawks go in and annihilate the Maple Leafs 6-2. It was again one of those games where the Chicago just came in and they struck early and fast and often. Every time I looked away, they had another goal. Even when Toronto would score, they'd score right back. Toronto had no chance in this game. They need to figure out something with that defense and their goaltending, because Anderson is not looking like himself right now, which is hurting this team. Hutchinson is not going to be able to carry this team if Anderson's not good, and they are missing the top 2 defensemen. It's showing on these scores. They are allowing way too many goals to be able to stay and compete in this race right now, because other teams are starting to catch up to them. They need to figure this out soon. Florida goes in and beats Detroit 4-1. No surprise where I'm wearing the Florida jersey, not only because it's a brand new jersey I got today from Full Moon Jerseys, but it's because they won. No surprise there again. Detroit made a really close game yesterday against Pittsburgh. I was amazingly surprised that Philip Zadina scored in the second, and they carried that lead all the way through most of the third period when Pittsburgh scored, and then they lost it in overtime. But Detroit making it close. Even this one was, I think it was 3-1, and they got the empty net goal for the Panthers. So it was still a relatively close game for the Red Wings. They are starting to crack down and maybe get a little bit more of a structure in there. I still don't know. Again, you're not going anywhere with 28 points in this league. You're hoping for that first overall draft pick, and I would guess Jeff Bashel's pretty much just waiting to get fired at this point. But anyways, Panthers going to get a big win against Detroit, which is what most teams need to do when they go against Detroit. We're just playing spoilers. That's what the Red Wings have to do now. Hope you can play spoiler. Next game, the Nashville Predators and the Buffalo Sabres. So this one I really thought Buffalo had. I thought Buffalo, they went up 1-0. I was like, okay, Buffalo, and playing a little bit better as of late. They're desperate. They need this win, but Nashville is also desperate. So I put 2 teams fighting for playoffs. So it was, again, a close game. Both teams playing hard. They both need these points. They're both at 51 points. Nashville wasn't at 51 until they won, but they're at 51 points. A lot easier for Nashville than Sabres to get into the playoffs right now. But yeah, if either one of them is going to make it, they've got to win these games. These games that are against teams that are really close in the standings. Yes, opposite divisions, but about the same level of skill, if you will, point-wise. So yeah, you need to win these games when you're, especially Buffalo. You could jump into this, especially with Toronto falling. If they would have won this would have been looking a little bit more sketchy for Toronto. But overall, they lost. Don't think about it now. You got to move on, right? Next game, Minnesota and the Dallas Stars. So Minnesota goes in and just annihilates the Stars as well. 7-0 is your final. There really wasn't much to say about this game. I mean, Dallas just has to brush this off and really work on that goal scoring because it's been struggling. And yeah, you can't be getting stomped 7-0 when you're in a playoff race, which they are. They are only 1 point above the playoff line right now. You can't do that because, again, if you drop in, if Winnipeg or Chicago, for instance, who has been playing much better as of late, catches you could be out of the playoff spot. So Dallas needs to pick this up. And your last game of the night was Vancouver and San Jose, which just finished up a few minutes ago. Pretty much I watch the games as soon as it finishes. I come in here, finish right in the last score or two on there, set up, film. That's what my routine is. Vancouver wins 4-1. Big win for Vancouver and for Thatcher Demko. Demko comes in after Markstrom's been playing really good. Got to have that backup goalie going a little bit. So Demko comes in, picks up where Markstrom left off, and big 2 points for Vancouver. Going into that, because those are all your scores, we'll start in the Pacific Division because of how tight this is. Vancouver, with that win, moves into first place in the division. 58 points. So your Vancouver Canucks right now are first place in the Pacific Division. The Edmonton Oilers are second with 57. Calgary Flames in third with 57. Vegas with 57. Coyotes with 57. That's your cutoff for the playoffs in that division. The Sharks are at 46, the Ducks at 43, and the Kings at 41. In the Central, the Blues are 68 still. Colorado with 60. Dallas with 58. That is the cutoff because all the other teams are in the Pacific Division. So anyone who said the Pacific Division is weak, this ain't the year for that. The Winnipeg Jets at 54. Chicago Blackhawks at 52, which are, again, they are getting close. They've been on a pretty decent streak as of late. And the big win against Toronto Maple Leafs helps that out immensely. Nashville at 51. And Minnesota with 50. And I'm going to mention real quick, halfway through this, because that's your West, I am getting new magnets. So the Topps cards, if you guys watch me break open that box, we'll kind of break open the box. I bought 36 out of the 50 packs I found that were left at the store. And I got the team logos. I am making those into magnets. Ordered the rest off of eBay. So once they get here, magnets up on the board. And it'll be a little bit cleaner and nicer looking standings for you guys. Moving over to the East, though. Side note, sorry. In your Metro Division, you got the Capitals at 71 points, who are your President's Trophy leaders right now. The Penguins at 65. The Islanders at 60. Columbus with 58. So only 2 points back of being tied for third place in this division right now. Philadelphia 58. That's the cutoff. Carolina is out of the playoffs at the moment. So Carolina has dropped out. They need to figure out something too. They're at 57. New York's at 50. And the Devils at 41. And in your Atlantic Division, 68 points for Boston. 62 points for Tampa Bay. 57 points for the Florida Panthers, who have jumped over the Toronto Maple Leafs now. Not good. The Toronto Maple Leafs out of playoff spot right now. 57 points. 51 points for Buffalo. 51 points for Canadiens. 42 points for the Senators. And Detroit at the bottom with 28. So, those are your updated standings and your scores and highlights, kind of, for Saturday, January 18th. This is Zach from Say What Zach here. I hope you guys enjoyed the night of hockey. And again, I have a lot of fun stuff coming up headed your way with hockey cards, jersey reveals, new magnets, videos of some hockey rinks we're going to be touring. We're hoping to hit at least 2 more next month. So we're playing around with the touring ideas and different videos. Anyways, we have a lot of content coming to you guys. So looking forward to it. Again, if you guys like us, give us a like and a subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. And I will talk to you guys again soon.